Today we will look at the main structures and how they interact with each other and the Binance API. This video is part of a whole series. If you haven't seen the introductory video, you can check it out there. But today we take a first look at the bot itself. So to have a little outlook on what we will cover in this video, first we are looking at the static analysis of our code at the different modules. Secondly, we will talk about the dynamic analysis and we showed it in a flowchart. The third part is about backtesting and the last part is about live trading. We decided to show you our bot in this hand-drawn illustration because it emphasizes the modularity of this program. Essentially, we have 6 Python scripts where one is the main program and incorporates the 5 other scripts: bot chart, bot strategy, bot trade, bot API and bot checker. So let's look what those different modules are doing. Well, in the top left corner we see bot chart, and bot chart is essential for storing and passing data to the algorithms. This data comes from Binance itself. We have a script that is called bot API, and in this script we have all the functions that are used to interact with Binance. The other modules like bot chart, bot strategy, bot trade are using the methods from this module. The script bot strategy embodies a certain strategy. In the moment it's just technical analysis, and in a later video we will show you how you can extend with other strategies like AI and reinforcement learning. Bot trade is used to place trades. In the bottom right corner you see bot checker. In bot checker we keep track of the different coins we wanted to trade. Now I show you how the bot works in terms of its activity. We start the bot with command line arguments, and we have 2 very important variables we have to pass in when we start the program, and one is called backtesting and the other is called trading. And I made a matrix so that you can see what possible options we have for this program. We have trading true and false. If we have trading true and backtest true, that makes completely no sense. We don't want to trade on history data. If trading is true and backtest is false, we go for the real deal. So it means we are trading on real life data, but we can also set trading to false and then do a backtest, which means we simulate trading on history data, or we do a simulation on live data. On the flowchart you can see that we terminate the program if we enter wrong or invalid numbers. That makes sense since we don't want our program to interpret invalid or ambiguous data. The next important step is to initialize the different classes we have, like bot chart, bot strategy, bot trade, bot API and bot checker. As I mentioned before, we have 2 different and very important flags, and one is called backtesting. And with our first if statement we check if we do trading on history data or on live data. So let's focus on the backtesting first. In the backtest we essentially loop through the history data, and the algorithm doesn't know which values are coming up next in the loop. And this enables us to assess the algorithm's performance, and we can find out if we wanted to test our algorithm in real life trading. But there is at least one drawback with this method, namely that you assume with backtesting that you can sell and buy at the price level. But in real life it depends on what are the orders in the order book for a given coin or a pair. And also the quantity of a trade plays a role. Backtesting has an advantage over live testing since backtesting requires history data. We have the whole history data available, and the limiting factor or how long it will take to do the test depends on the algorithm. So if you have a more complex algorithm, your backtest will take longer. But if you do live testing, you need time to pass by, and this will take much longer than the algorithm computing. But how is evaluation actually done? We need virtual money, and with this virtual money we subtract the fees and we compute the difference in price change and we multiply it with our virtual money, and then we can assess the balance changes. Okay, let's look at live trading. The first thing we do in live trading is that we load history data. But you might ask yourself, why are we loading history data? We're doing live trading. But let me show you why. I made an animation where I want to show you the reason for that. When we start with our bot, the bot needs or requires a time series of indicator values or a model for the price changes. We could wait and let the bot calculate, but then we need to wait for days until the bot really is able to make a guess on the price change. To prevent this, we start the bot with live trading, and the first thing he does is load history data so that the bot can calculate the time series of indicator values. That gives him the opportunity to find out if buying or selling is the best thing to do. So we start the bot at time t, we load the history data, that takes some time. During this time we miss some values, some data, and after loading the whole history data of maybe 14 days, 30 days, we lose maybe 2 ticks, and then we have to load this data that was available since we started loading history data, and to cover the whole history up to the point where the actual trading starts. After the synchronization we enter an infinite loop that is at the actual live trading, and we have to manually terminate this program in this stage. Okay, what does the actual live trading loop consist of? The first part is loading the actual ticker, the new data. Secondly is evaluate position, and the last part is a time sleep method. Okay, let's look at the first point of this three in more detail. I show you now the screen on Binance.com where we have these things are called candlesticks, and these candlesticks are representing the open, the highest and the lowest price, as well as the change in percent and the whole amplitude. And you get each candlestick for a period of time, an interval. Here you can see which intervals are available on Binance. All these intervals are also available to our bot through the Binance API. Now you ask yourself how we evaluate if we buy or sell. You can do this with technical analysis. And you see here some examples. We have the moving average, and we have 7 candlesticks, 25 or 99. And they are referring to moving average over 7 hours, or 25 hours, or 99 hours. And if I choose something else, like in a day, we have a different moving average for these. We can also change to other technical indicators. We see them here or there, like the MACD or RSI. The problem is that Binance API doesn't provide you the numbers of the technical indicators, so you have to calculate them by yourself. The third and last phase of our loop is resting phase, since we don't want to ask for new data until it's available. So let's imagine the point 1 and 2 takes like a minute, and we have 5-minute candlesticks. We wait another 4 minutes until we ask for new data. And in the next video we look at the bot API, and we show you how you can program code that interacts with Binance. Hope to see you there.